Hey folks, Mike Barron here. Every time we do a crowdfunder, we place it on Fund My Comic because Luke Stone is a great guy. He's a stand-up guy, and most importantly, Fund My Comic is very comic creator friendly. They won't kick you off if some purple-haired freak writes in and tells them to kick you off. His fees are also very low. I recommend Fund My Comic for any comic or graphic novel projects you intend to do.
In the middle of the night or early Friday morning, depending upon where you are in the world, a group of experienced comics professionals get together to examine and instruct about the art form that they love. That's great comic artwork on Comics by Night, Fridays at 5 a.m. Eastern, here on the Indie Comics Network, indiecomicsnetwork.com.
What was that? This is not a charade.
Look at you being all awake and stuff. You're reading words, and you probably aren't even stabbing anybody right now. You deserve a coffee, you little ray of sunshine.
I'm Judy. I have cafe. Come for breakfast.
Geek talk all about the bizzle. A panel of pros who got that old school rizzle. Rate the bird dance and listen to the sizzle. Sitting at the ranch and listen to the sizzle.
Ba-da-da. What a crowd. Yes. All right. So it's Thursday. Here we are.
Well,
Another cup of coffee. Another week in the news. Nerd Bacon 139. Can you believe that, Randy? 139 times
time
we've
flies
gathered
when you're
before
having
the
fun.
cameras. I know.
Yep.
It really does, doesn't it? Yeah. Last week I wasn't able to make it because there was a conference that the Powerhouse had to go to. And so I went with the team to this conference called Dangerous Friends. Dangerous Friends. I liked it. It was a very good conference. Had a lot of, I mean, this was a fairly conservative crowd, my friend. Yeah, fairly conservative. I mean, it was a good time. But we got to talk about what we do here at the Powerhouse, which is work with teens that are in our community after school and other things that we do with them. The 3 to 5:30 or 3 to 6 range time frame is a big time for delinquency for teens. I don't know if you know that. Especially after school, parents are working. There's nothing for them to do, so they often go and get in trouble. I mean, I know I did.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So we're here to help with that, and so it's kind of a cool ministry that we do. You know, kind of cool. It's parachurch ministry, so we got to talk about that a lot. Generated some donations for the work we do here. Cool. Our budget is roughly between 90,000 to 120,000. You know,
cool.
Take 30. You know, and so we, you know, we have to. All of that is from donations and people that are just willing to help out. So it was nice to go and spread the word, and you know, it was a good time. Good times, man. Good times.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, but we're back. We're back in. It's gloomy out. See this? See how gloomy it is? I don't have any of my lighting up yet.
It's gloomy over here too.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of my lighting set up yet. I got that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just just rain. We had tornadoes yesterday.
Yep.
We had tornadoes earlier in the week. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Just nuts. Nuts. Let's go ahead and welcome our chat. We don't have many people chatting at us. We've got several people watching us this morning, but not an equal number of people are there with us. So here, let's take a look at our chat. Obviously, we've got Randy Zimmerman. Well, it's Thursday. It's Thursday, Randy.
It's Thursday. I was waiting for you to come on the air. So,
yeah, I get that. Are we going to get some bacon? Yes. So that was at 9:00. I had to restart my computer, Randy. I was trying to do something, and my poor laptop. I haven't got my new workstation yet. It was supposed to be here 2 weeks ago. It's crazy. Amazon's not doing a great job in our little town. So apparently they're not using UPS anymore. Well, they're not using UPS anymore, apparently.
No.
And so things are just not. Things are not the same.
You have a lot of Amish in your area?
Oh, we've got a lot.
It could be they're waiting on a slow buggy then.
Could be. The director of the Powerhouse, he used to have a job called Haulin' A, and he would haul Amish people around. So they would pay him to take them places, like, you know, and so they can't drive, but they can pay an Englishman.
But they can travel. They can travel in a motorized vehicle.
They can travel just fine. Yeah, they can travel just fine. Yeah.
Sometimes religious rules kind of throw me, but that's okay.
It's a little strange. I don't get it. We got Bunny in the house. There we got John Apple. Thank you, John Apple, for showing up.
Bunny.
Good morning, all. We got Aaron from Immortal Rising Comics. Good to see you this morning. Dave Brink is in the house. Dave. Genuine Comics. Hello, friends. It's always good to see you. And thank you for flipping me the bird. This is the only time I like being flipped the bird.
There we are.
Randy, you know what I thought I was going to hate? I thought I was going to hate a standing desk, one where I could stand up and move up and down.
Yeah.
But, you know, I stand about half of the day. And it's been helping my back. Good. I am now going up and down stairs better. My stamina is better.
Excellent.
Everyone's happy about that.
Yeah.
You know, things are going. My lungs are feeling stronger. Excellent. All of that. But Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Flip the bird and sizzle that bacon. Have fun. I will have fun. And always feel free to jump in if you like. I think you've got the link somewhere. It's the same link every week. There's Glenn Fleming. Welcome, Glenn. It's good to have you. Man, missed you on the panel, but brother, I hope you are doing well and being creative. You are a good one. One of the good ones out there. What Geeks Do. Good morning, everyone. Hey, it's been a while. since we've seen What Geeks Do in the House. Good to have you here today. And there is our friend, Russ Leach, extraordinaire, comic book black belt. He is a black belt. It's the black belt of my heart. Sorry, I'm late. Daylight savings sucks. Yes, it does. I think it's stupid.
They haven't gotten it over there yet. That's the thing. So they're having to figure out what the time is.
Yeah, right. Exactly. We have to figure out what time it is. And we were a little late this morning because I had to do a complete restart. And so I was a little bit late, but I had to reboot. Like all these reboots they do in comics. I had to do one here for me. Just the way it is. Oh, Randy, how have you been doing, man? You been doing all right?
I've just been hanging in there, trying to get on top of stuff, working on the script for Atlantean 3, looking at the campaign for Atlantean 2 that's over at fundmycomic.com right now. And
very good, yeah.
The wife is looking forward to retirement. She's trying to get all of the ducks in order, and apparently there are more ducks than we figured. Get us all up on the Medicare. Yeah, Medicare. Yeah, the Medicare. I always get that mixed up with Medicaid. But just got me straightened out yesterday, so I'm officially, according to the government, retiring at the end of this month. So there it is.
Are you excited about that?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I'm never going to really retire. That's now I have for a couple of years I have to be careful how much money I pull into the house to make sure it's under that magic number so that I can keep the regular checks coming in. So
yeah, you do. Yeah, I think that is
for a couple of years.
Well, that can be a blessing and also a curse.
It's only a couple of years, and then when I hit the magic number 68, all the gloves will be off. Yeah, so I can make as much money as I want.
So my daughter sent me something that
just hoping they pass no taxes on Social Security here real quick. That's all.
Yeah. That would be great.
Anyway,
yeah,
that would be.
So I got a video I want to show you.
Okay.
So I got to give some context. My daughter likes to send me videos. Like we find these little reels, and we really like to share like crazy things people find in church. Okay.
Okay.
Because I like to point out the ridiculousness of that. I think it's fair and it's safe because I'm in the church, right?
Okay.
I'm part of what this organization is, the Greater C Church. But I do like to, I'm pretty sure she sent me a video of not a Reformed Baptist. I can't remember what my friends call them, but here, you got to check this video out. I'm going to try my best to make it as big as possible so everyone can see this video. I'm going to unmute that so that we can hear it. Caption is Pastor's hair, little too hands-on, if you ask.
He was a nice kid, but he was one of those kids that was always he's a real smart aleck. Was a bright kid, which didn't help things, right? Made him more dangerous. And we were outside one day, youth group, and he was just trying to push my buttons, and he was just, kind of not taking the Lord serious. And I walked over to him, and I went, bam! I punched him in the chest as hard as I crumpled the kid. I just crumpled him. And I leaned over and I said, Ben, when are you going to stop playing games with God?
Is that before or after he had that assault charge?
Right. So I've been doing ministry for a long time, guys. Okay. I started in youth ministry. I was an intern for Youth of Christ when I was 18 years old. I will be 45 this year. Okay. I did youth ministry for almost 15 years before I went into adult ministry. Okay. At no point in any of my theological studies or any of the certifications that I got for youth ministry was crumpling a kid part of the curriculum. Okay. This guy must be a King James only. Bless God. Glory to God. I crumpled that kid. This is one of the most ridiculous. This dude has got cojones like you wouldn't believe. This dude, I'm telling you, look at this guy. He did it he said it in front of a crowd with a microphone in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Did you hear how quiet? Did you hear how quiet that congregation got?
Yeah.
They're like,
They're like,
that's assault.
Assault. Yeah.
That's assault, brother. Yeah. I thought it was a joke when I first saw it. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Can you believe such a thing? Can you believe such a thing? Now, I've felt like punching a few people in my day. I'll be honest with you. I won't lie. Next person to join the panel today might be one of them. Or might not. Whenever I see this guy, I just got to laugh.
I'm going to go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too. You guys all think I'm a hero, and I'll accept that responsibility.
I'm up.
That's the one I meant to
Hey, bro.
Hey, I'm up.
You're up.
Yeah, we're on daytime savings. It's 8
Should be a
a.m.
joke.
down here.
Yeah.
8 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo. He'd see God there. If that were my kid, I'll tell you what, I'd crumple him.
Yeah.
Bless God.
I think I'm late for a really great story. What happened?
Yeah. Oh. This guy's from the pulpit talking about punching a kid in the chest. Yeah.
In order
Like it
for
was
him to
some
see
hopeful
God,
thing.
you take God serious.
I mean, that's normal. Yeah.
And they wonder why people have such issues. Issues with the church. So I got this new Bible. I'll step over here.
May the power of Christ compel you.
Oh, yeah. It's the power of
This thing is
Christ.
4 inches thick.
Look at that.
Ooh.
I smacked that brother with that.
Exactly.
That's okay.
Oh,
We
bless
all
God.
need larger type as we
Like
get
it,
older.
man.
It's okay.
But yeah, that's exactly what it is, dude. I had to get the large print. I have my other Bible. I'm like, I can't. What is this? And I'm preaching in 2 weeks. I'm like, what is this? I can't even read
Oh,
it.
no.
Can't even read it.
Gotta be able to read it.
Yeah, that would be like the
That's
book
true,
of
man.
E.
Yeah, so I'm looking through. I said, Beth, I want you to take a look
Ezekiel.
at some of these. Can you look at some of these Bibles? Tell me which one you think I should probably get. She goes, what? And she looks and she goes, large print? And I go, yeah. She goes, yeah, I get it.
I've seen those little pocket Bibles
Oh, well.
that you need a magnifying glass to read, even with good
Oh, I
eyes.
can't even do those, man. I can't do those at all.
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Glenn says he's been in Vietnam for the past 2 weeks, producing maps of the region as it was in 1970 for a book due out soon. In my head.
In my head, anyway.
Okay.
I now know more about U.S. Army operations than I care to. And
There you are.
to be quite frank, the JFK files dropped this week, guys. You know that?
Yeah.
And the initial assessment is that there definitely was multiple shooters and that it was probably an ambush and that there was an anti-Castro group that was actually trying to frame Oswald for doing it as working with working with Castro so that we would go to war with Castro. And our CIA knew about it.
And the thing is Glenn wrote a book about that about 10, 15 years ago, right? That exact same conclusion.
So Glenn was right again.
Glenn was right again.
Glenn, I hate it when Glenn is right.
The biggest surprise I've seen so far from those files is that letter from JFK Jr.
Yeah.
Before he was taken out, calling Joe Biden a traitor to the country.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind Glenn being right. What I don't like is the smugness. Just
it's the smugness.
The smugness that I hate. But Glenn's right. That's cool.
Bacon.
Yeah.
We got the Woke Breakers here, and we've also got Puppet Productions, the author of Sanjay here.
Hey.
Just got here.
Sanjay.
Great to have you here this morning. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Look at some talk some stuff. Ray says, read my book. I was writing about this 40 years ago. Yeah, you were on it.
We know that.
40 years ago. Sorry.
As per usual, we were lying about it.
We know, Glenn. Shut up about it. Already.
Yeah. We got Art Adventure Writer in the house. Good day.
Yeah, what's up, man?
It's good to have you here. Yeah.
I
That was
Glenn.
ridiculous. I just had to share
I
that
knew
one.
Glenn knew his stuff when I sent him a picture of Kennedy's car that's at Greenfield Village here in Detroit, and Glenn told me every bit of detail about it without even seeing the plate in the museum about what it was. He went, knew exactly what it was right off the bat and what happened to it and how they cleaned it and all of that. It's very
Yeah, he
interesting
must be
stuff.
great at cocktail parties. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
it's crazy. Now let's see the. I'm looking forward to the MLK files.
Oh yeah.
I think that'll be nice. I think it'll be nice to know. And I think we're at the same conclusion. I think we're going to find out that we knew about it, and maybe some of our people had something to do about it.
Yeah. So okay, bringing it back to our field. Do you think the time is right for a new JFK comic book?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I would buy that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. Remember that show?
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. RoboCop.
I like
RoboCop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good stuff.
I'm going to go out and buy some more.
Okay.
And I think you should too.
I think you should.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Yes. Yes.
and in between all that, the UFO files are out. So,
Oh, yeah, that too.
Is anyone surprised about UFOs at all? I think they're preparing us. I think they're preparing us for a mass UFO
Like
theatrical
reveal?
release. Yeah, like a big reveal, theatrical reveal. You know, they use that sky mesh stuff.
Yeah.
Look, as a storyteller, I would want to be a part of that. That would be awesome.
Yeah. But okay, being how we've been bombarded, wouldn't you be disappointed if it's really like little green men? 'Cause I would be a little bit disappointed. Like I've seen them so much, I'm expecting something more now. You know what I mean?
like out of Mars Attacks, where they have huge domes on their heads,
Yeah.
large eyes, and big brains, and ack. And,
It's like, oh, dude, come on.
That's the plot of Watchmen.
there you
Yeah,
go.
it is.
Yep. That too.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that right now the news and the world is so crazy, and the news isn't covering everything that's actually been coming out so much, and we're moving at such a quick pace that they can slide whatever files out, and you're never going to hear 100% the whole story out of all of it unless you find some in-depth article somewhere, or you get on a podcast with somebody who knows what they're talking about.
Yeah, and everybody hates Elon right now. That's all. I stopped being on X.
Oh, with a passion.
Mostly because I'm busy all day, right? I mean, I really don't have time for social media. I am busy from about, I get up at 7 now, 7:30.
Wow.
And geez, right? Like
Respectable.
I work until 5:30, 6 o'clock.
Oh my
I come
God.
home. I try to work on comic stuff in the evening. It's been a real struggle because I don't have my stuff here. And so I had to borrow some stuff from here. So I've got workstations split, and I can't wait until my freaking computer comes in. But I do have my big, nice monitor here, so that's good. And my camera there, and I bought another drawing monitor, a small 19-inch. But the pen doesn't work, guys. It's one of those.
Oh no.
Huion. It's the Huion GT190 that they discontinued because the pen's battery keeps going dead. Like it'll just die. It won't charge anymore.
Mine
So
doesn't,
the only way it works
use a
is
battery.
have it plugged in. Yeah, this is one where it's active and not passive. They've since moved to mostly passive styluses.
Yeah.
The active styluses draw really, really well. They really do.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
I like the resistance actually.
battery issue.
Really
Yeah,
enjoy
it's a
it.
battery issue.
Mm.
So that's the. It's basically just a monitor. So I'm using it over here to read my articles this morning. That's what I'm using it for. I use a pencil, it never dies on me. Well, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But at work, I don't have my drawing table where I would be using that right now. At home, I do, but I'm not home for how many hours a day it is.
The thing is that
I do have
whenever
room.
Glenn says anything, I hear like Vivaldi, like he's from his castle, like I use a pencil.
I love Glenn. I do.
Yeah, I love
Glenn,
him.
I miss you.
I love that dude.
I value and cherish you, your
Mhm.
friendship, your expertise, and your contribution to the field. All of those things.
And the fact that you're a
Now that I've
snob.
and the fact that you're a snob.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the only reason he knows about JFK is because he was probably involved.
He knows.
Mm-hmm.
He knows.
They,
He knows.
they shared drivers.
Yeah.
The same guy who drove JFK drove Glenn somewhere. Maybe to a White Castle or something.
White Castle. Why does it have to be a White Castle, Pedro? Why couldn't it be a Black Castle?
Oh, because have you
Better
seen the
burgers.
Black Castle yet? The only thing with royalty in black is the Black Supper from Scotland, and you don't want to be at that dinner. So yeah. Oh, speaking of salsa music, the Pentagon is drawing up invasion plans for Panama. Have you heard that?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard of that.
That's gonna be a funny invasion. That's gonna be a funny invasion because this is like you guys are gonna come here. We're like, what? Oh, you guys are here. Okay. No,
They're
it's
like,
not a fight.
hey, where you at?
Not really like yay, more like what the
Let's
hell
get
are
to
you guys
dinner.
doing here?
No, our guys are gonna be going, yay!
Yeah,
vacation."
It's probably planned for the 5th of May.
Oh, or something. Like, I don't know. Like,
So they can go have the Cinco de Mayo celebration down there.
yeah. And you know, the
Get out of
Cinco de
Panama,
Mayo is not
man.
really a Mexican thing. It's
not.
actually a thing made in the U.S.
Yeah.
The
St.
Mexican
Patrick's Day.
Independence is September. Yeah.
Yeah, just like St.
We made it
Patrick's
up,
Day.
but we
It's
love it.
another excuse to get drunk.
Yeah.
Thank you for
Yeah.
flipping us the bird this
That's
morning,
us.
Infinite Entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Hello,
The party
lads.
place. Yeah.
Hello, lads. Hope you're having an extra crispy morning, except for Luke, who is. I am pretty crispy this morning. Extra crispy. Feeling pretty good. Feeling pretty good. It's something about getting up and getting some work done early before it'd be like, I'm dragging to get to Nerve Bacon. And this was my wake up time on Thursday.
Mm.
I'm fully awake by the time I get to you guys now. So
Nice.
this is the me that people get through the day. This is it. You know, a little bit of energy.
You
little
feel
wow.
a little bit more energetic, and it's freaking me out.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. I understand
Mhm.
that.
More
it's a little
coffee,
freaky.
Pedro. More coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. By this time, I've had several cups of coffee in me. You know, I'm doing fine. But no, I also heard that we might be getting Greenland.
Yeah.
So
And Alberta.
I think
Canada.
that I
All of
think
Canada. Yeah.
we're gonna get it all, and then
We're gonna get it all.
The Todd McFarlane, is going to buy Diamond, and then he's going to distribute comics to the greater.
Let's hold our breath on that one.
It's 9:34 here
Yeah.
in our lands. Pedro, what time is it in your
Yeah.
land?
Same here.
8:34.
8:34.
Yeah. This isn't in God the hour, man.
He's still in Eastern time. He's just not in daylight savings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's another American invention. It's like for
It really is.
for crops, right? Like or something.
It really is.
We're on tropical time here. Everybody's
There's a
always
movement. There's a movement to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would like to get rid of it. Guys, I think we need to
pretty quick.
cover
We
some
won't have to
news.
Worry about
yeah.
the time change again.
There won't be any time left.
The grinding.
Oh, we got some news today. Got the news.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Square Enix manga and
Manga.
All right, so let me say this. There's a lot of articles I did not choose to go over today because it's all manga.
Manga.
Like there's so like ICV2 is now, I would say probably more than half of the stuff that comes out is for manga.
Manga.
It really is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Square Enix Manga and Books will launch a new retailer support program in April 2025, Comic Partner, that will offer in-store promotional materials, one-on-one calls with retailers, and advanced galleys of the publisher's upcoming series. The program was first announced the Comics Pro's February 2025 meeting, stores that are currently enrolled in the Penguin Random House Direct Partnership Program will be automatically included in the new program. While we're seeing significant market growth for manga among Western audiences, our retailers have expressed challenges with overwhelming options and knowledge gaps, said Morgan Perry, marketing manager, Square Enix Manga and Books.
She's calling you guys dumb.
Accompanying the announcement. No, I don't think so. With the Comic Partner Initiative, our aim is to make it easier for our comic shop partners to unlock the potential of manga sales by curating great content for them, providing marketing support, and educating sales associates about this art form. After all, manga are comics. The program will kick off with galleys of the first volumes of 2 upcoming series, On and Off Work-Life Imbalance. I said imbalance. I put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that is
syllable.
The story of a boy and a girl with different fashion aesthetics. Lolita and Punk, who become friends but don't realize they work together, and Love in the Palm of His Hand, a romance about 2 young men, one of whom is deaf, who communicate via sign language. Both series will launch in May. Oh,
they sound so exciting.
They're turning the frogs gay. Oni Press also announced a retailer program at Comics Pro. We're not going to look at this. Peppers on
So a romance of a deaf guy. So it's like several tier minority thing. That's why I can't get a job in the U.S. I'm a single tier minority, so that disqualifies me now. Yeah, I need to lose a hand or a foot,
or I guess I don't know.
No, I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather lose a foot.
Yep. Yeah, that came out of my nose, Pedro.
Yeah,
that was on camera, dude. That was
this year.
All right. March. What is it? March 20th. That's the first one. That's when it happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's today.
Holy smokes! My gosh, yeah.
Oh,
Dear Lord, Pedro, you're killing me.
Yeah.
Let me see. Well, let's check out the chat real quick.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why would we read it unless one was deaf after all?
Exactly.
Seriously, how's he going to hear the safe word?
Yeah, especially if his hands are tied, then he can do sign language to say
ouch. Sorry. I'm getting canceled for that one. And I don't even care.
Yeah.
Okay, as First Diamond, here we go. Court approves increase in Diamond credit limit as First Diamond Alliance bidding deadline passes. As the first deadline for bids on Diamond Comic Distributors' assets passed on Wednesday, the U.S. Bankruptcy Court in Maryland issued an order approving an increase in the amount of money available to Diamond Comic Distributors under its debtor-in-possession financing agreement. The amended agreement between Diamond and lender JPMorgan Chase provides for loans of up to $44,700,000, an increase of $3.7 million over the initially agreed $41 million. Since Diamond owed $32.6 million to Chase when it filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection in January, this increases the amount of new financing to $12.1 million from the $8.4 million available under the original agreement. Diamond requested the increase to maintain their current level of inventory purchases pending the sale of the debtor's operating assets. And the bank agreed according to the order. The creditors committee reviewed the increase and had no objections. When we're talking like these kind of numbers, it makes me dizzy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Those numbers make no sense to me.
How is this even possible?
Yeah. It gets very Charlie Brownish after a while. when you're listening to those kind of numbers, like walk, 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 million, walk, 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 million. Just,
Puppet says, no comic is interesting unless there's a deaf character.
Of course.
Must be at least one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Comes with the medium.
Oh my gosh. You start talking about these numbers, it's crazy. The order was issued on March 19th, deadline for submission of bids for the company's assets. Assuming there are bids beyond the stalking horse bid by Universal Distribution for Alliance Game Distributors in Diamond UK, a live auction will be held next Monday, March 24th. To exceed the Universal bid, other bidders will have to bid at least $40,865,000, or the value of the Universal bid plus a 3% breakup fee. Plus Universal's expenses capped at 0.5% of the sale price, plus $500,000. Universal's bid also provides that if it buys Alliance, it will take over Diamond UK, paying for the value of Diamond UK's assets, receivables, inventory, etc., less liabilities, money owed, publishers, etc. So no one gets paid.
Yeah.
It appears there may be substantial bidding for the assets, with Diamond's restructuring consultant telling ICV2 that the process was attracting new interest post-filing and direct and indirect information from other sources that indicate that well-funded buyers that are strategically connected but outside the comics and games businesses are circling Diamond's assets.
They're circling something.
Really feels like they're circling the drain, to be honest.
That's right. That's what I was going to say.
Really feels like they're circling the drain.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Randy, would you like to read this one?
Sure. Love those old bookstores.
Zoom that in there. Yeah, look at that store. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's nice. I like that.
It's great.
I have a feeling I would not be upset being in Japan.
Japan manga market to do something.
Hold on.
Anyway.
Hold on. Let me
take it up.
There we go. There we are.
Japan manga market slows as digital captures 73% share. Everybody's reading it free online. Richard Hanjaja, publisher and editor of the weekly anime and manga business newsletter.
Pause. Time out. His name sounds like you were making it up.
Yeah.
It felt like, for a second, I thought, wait a second, is he just like ba-ba-da-da, like gibberish?
Making up sounds?
No, I was pronouncing it Hanjaja.
Yeah. His name is Hanjaja. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
And this is not going to help the case of my country, but I think I went to school with that guy. He looked just like a guy. I mean, there's no Chinese presence in Panama, but I think I went. Yeah. Oof.
Yeah.
Uncanny resemblance.
It's a small world.
Yeah. I love that you keep up there's no Chinese presence in Panama.
Yeah.
There's no Chinese presence in Panama. Just in case they're listening.
Yeah, exactly.
There's no Chinese presence in Panama.
No Chinese presence at all.
Anyway, Richardson's reported on anime and manga from the United States and Southeast Asia for the last 10 years. He was the first news managing editor at My Anime List. Of course he was. The world's largest anime and manga community website. In his first column for ICV2, he explains how recent manga publishing trends in Japan can drive strategies in the U.S. Digital manga accounted for 73% of Japan's domestic manga sales in 2024, up more than 20 points from 2019, according to the latest publishing industry data compiled by the All Japan Magazine and Book Publishers and Editors Association. Not exclusive at all. Growth has slowed in recent years, however, creating urgency for manga publishers to find new sources of revenue in international markets and from IP development. Digital remains manga's only growing channel as revenues from print manga volumes and manga magazines continue to decline. Releases from digital-first titles have doubled in quantity in the last 10 years and now account for 37% of the more than 15,000 new manga volumes published in 2024, Releases from titles serialized in magazines, on the other hand, have remained mostly flat over the same period.
Can I make a point here? This Henjaja guy it's making a huge mistake, in the sense that with a name like that, I will come up with a channel called Henjaja Knows and just dominate. Just with that name, remember that on the teacher?
Henjaja
Knows.
Henjaja Knows.
Yeah, dude. Knows. The hell? What's wrong with people? Sorry.
No sweat. 3 popular titles completed magazine serialization last year. Jujutsu Kaisen, My Hero Academia. Oh, My Hero's done. There we are. And Oshinoko. Their final paperback collections helped push December's in-store sales of magazine-based manga volumes up by 8% year over year. For 3 months of manga sales rankings in Japan, see top 20 manga sales in volume in Japan. Okay. Still, full year print manga sales declined 8.6% compared to 2023, despite the strong year-end performance. Manga industry observers say digital sales could hit a plateau soon. Growth in that segment was in the single digits for the 3rd year in a row. When that plateau arrives, total manga sales, which are estimated at 704 billion yen, which translates to $465 billion, in 2024 will likely 4.65 billion. I don't know what I said. Anyway, in 2024 will likely start to fall in the domestic Japanese market.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Manga publishers and distributors are hedging the future by expanding their digital footprint abroad. Shogakukan launched its own digital manga and light novel platform in the United States in January. It was the last of the 4 major manga publishers to do so. Manga Plaza, operated by NTT Salmair, whose domestic platform has Japan's largest digital manga library, is appealing to more female readers and now has 5 times the number of romance manga titles than it did at launch 3 years ago.
Maybe that's a problem.
Publisher investments in anime. Well, it could be explain why they're flattening out, but anyway.
Yeah.
Publisher investments in anime, often a driver of manga IP sales outside Japan, have also increased. Last year, 45% of the more than 250 newly aired television anime were adapted from manga. This is up from an average of 34% in the early 2010s. Similarly, the share of anime based on light novels titles has surged from an average of 10% to almost 30%, thanks to the popularity of the isekai fantasy genre. Anybody know what
Isekai?
I'll trust
that one. Isekai is basically like you die in this world and get reborn in a fantasy setting. That's basically what Isekai is. It's done and it's played out.
In the past year, remakes of older anime titles created opportunities for publishers to refresh their catalog with the broadcast of Spice and Wolf, Merchant Meets the Wise Wolf, Atakawa reissued all 17 volumes of the original Spice and Wolf light novel series with new dust jackets in the United States. Yen Press re-released as a web store exclusive the Spice and Wolf Anniversary Collector's Edition, a 900-page tome that compiles the light novels into a single hardcover book. Starting in May, Yen Press will also release new Spice and Wolf Collector's Edition manga volumes from Kadokawa. Click here for more Manga Week coverage. The opinions expressed in this column are solely those of the writer and do not necessarily reflect the views of the editorial staff of ICV2.com.
On a serious note, this article is just focusing on Japan, and it's not making the point that for you guys, this might look like a fight amongst 2 people that look the same, but Korea is kicking Japan's ass internationally. And I'm talking about manhwa.
That's
the number one animated show from. It's not really anime. It's from a manhwa called Solo Leveling. It's just flattening everybody else, and Japan has yet to come with a response to that.
Huh.
And the thing is, like the buying of manga is very linked to how successful animes are. And right now, it's all manhwa, baby. Korea is kicking ass, and they're not talking about that in that article. So, yeah.
Well, no, the guy's a Japanese manga and anime expert there, not
Mhm,
manhwa.
Not manhwa. Manhwa's Korean.
Manhwa.
Yeah.
All those piano concerto music for the calmed mind made local and national headlines. Han Jaja stated, "I'm retiring from piano at age 1. I still have time for my film directorate debut."
Yeah. That's
Very
the
good.
thing.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Dr. Masters is asking how we feel about digital. We worried about digital at all?
No.
Well, I think
Anyway.
it's funny, that the physical mediums in manga that for the last few years are saying, well, we got to do what they do. Well, what they're doing is also declining. It's moving to a digital format.
Mhm. I
So
mean,
that
to me,
means that
yeah. Go ahead.
the market is wide open
Mm-hmm.
for discussion. It's wide open for discussion.
Yeah, I think as artists we need to adapt. If people rather have digital, we give them digital with the option to print to those who have print. Maybe our print runs shouldn't be that big. It's just a matter of not saying like one is better than the other, rather like what do people want. And I think that's the attitude we should take. Because I mean, it's right out there. I love print comic books, but if the market is not set for print comic books, I'm not going to shoot myself in the foot I don't have anymore.
Meanwhile, right? Because
You don't have any feet?
Meanwhile, maybe we shouldn't do large print runs, but publishers announced a mid six-figure print run for 2 spring comics, DC and Bad Idea.
Obviously.
Obviously. So Bad Idea is a company name, right? But
Yeah.
I think DC and Bad Ideas go hand in hand.
Yeah,
Is that
exactly.
like bad robot?
Mm-hmm.
DC Comics and Bad Idea have announced mid six-figure print runs for comics releasing this spring. Further signs of a bullish market for comics in 2025. DC has announced orders for over 400,000 copies of Batman number 158, the first chapter of Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee's sequel to the seminal storyline, which wrapped up in 2003 by selling 233,775 copies of Batman number 619. Hush finally tops the chart. The $4.95 issue, which had a plethora of variants, will street on March 26. Bad Idea will ship at least 655,000 copies of Planet Death number 0. Its first comic to be sold through distribution to comic stores. The company announced, promotionally priced at $1.99, the comic will be released April 30th through Lunar Distribution. That idea has previously skewed variants. This issue has a Joe Quesada Gate 4 wraparound and triptych variant. Expanding distribution and doing variants represent part of a major repositioning for Bad Idea, which is angling towards a bigger comic store presence in 2025, and I think that's a bad idea. Planet Death 0, written by creators and writers of the John Wick franchise, direct Kolstad with Robert Venditti, with art by Tomas Giriolo, and colors by Dave Stewart, there's one I can say, leads into the first 40-page prestige format issue of the series launching in July. I do think, so a bigger presence in comic stores is not necessarily a bad idea, but when the number of comic stores is shrinking, you're further limiting your audience, because that's the problem. A lot of these businesses are going from, like, I know there was a comic store over in Evansville that's not really brick and mortar. It's strictly online pull list. And they just do a pull list. So you go up, You sign up for your pull list, what they want, they order that for you, and they ship it to you. Great idea. Great way to run a business in a digital age. It's a digital age, guys.
Exactly.
No matter what you want to say about it or think about it, you've got to get good with social media marketing, video. You've got to be able to figure out how to tell your stories in this way. Print might always still be a part of what we do. But, 655,000 copies of a book that are going to, I'm afraid that they're largely going to be sitting in those stores and not go anywhere. I can't see how, given the distribution issues that we're having right now, how that's going to help. I don't. Last year had its shares of six-figure sellers, including Ultimate Spider-Man #1, Absolute Batman #1, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1, which sold over 300,000 copies. Again, those were the toppers at 300,000. They're printing 655,000 copies.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
I mean, it's in the name. It's a bad idea.
Name.
Yeah.
It's in the freaking name. It's in the freaking name.
It's in the freaking name. Bad idea.
Planet Death, the cover looks cool.
Yes. Yes, it does. Wow.
I like the art.
Mm-hmm. Feels
That's
very
solid.
heavy metalish.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
look at that
love
ship.
spaceships.
Okay,
I love
okay.
spaceships.
Okay, that spaceship, it's from Aliens. That's the USS Sulaco right there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say.
The designs are a bit derivative, but I mean,
Yeah.
there's nothing new under the sun. You know what they say.
No, there could be, but people are
I don't think so.
afraid.
No, they're not afraid. They just don't have
They just don't have the nous to do it.
Do you guys like sci-fi? Do you like Star Trek? Because if you do, IDW announces 3 Star Trek limited series, starting with the tale of the Red Shirts.
Okay. Oh, those are the engineers.
Those are the engineers. Those are the ones that died. And they gave up anything associated with Danish Shembashani after the shenanigans the last few years.
Yeah.
I know I said that wrong.
The next.
Oh my goodness. The digest size Marvel trades are at Ollie's already. Ojo said he bought some there. Dr. Mass says I may pick up the new Hush once it hits the dollar bin. Otherwise, don't care. Red shirts are security. Okay.
Security. Okay. I'm not really like a Trekkie. Didn't Scotty wear a red shirt? Like, that's how I associate that.
Yes. Because Scotty also wore a red shirt.
So you see?
Because he looks better in red.
Yeah.
IDW Publishing has announced 3 new 5-issue limited series to launch in July, August, and September of 2025. Star Trek Red Shirts by writer Christopher Cantwell and artist Megan Levins tells the story of the brave and luckless crew members who are doomed to be killed in the first 10 minutes of every episode. The first issue is slated for July release, with covers by Chris Shahan and J.J. Lindell, and a 1/25 variant by Declan Shalvey. Star Trek Red Shirts is in honor of the nameless, vaporized, incinerated, and otherwise blown apart, where they are the main character of Star Trek-style suicide missions, unlike any other. Cantwell said in a statement accompanying the announcement, "We will get to know these ensigns and lieutenants intimately before they are likewise crushed, disrupted, and sucked into space. Who will survive? Will any? And what is the true nature of their planet-side mission to hunt down mysterious spies?" This is a major melody. Original series era story in the key of death. One I've wanted to tell for years. Equal parts fun and harrowing. Subversive and celebratory of the boldest tunic color one can wear in Starfleet. Security Red.
Yeah.
Boy, I think he spent a lot of time writing that statement.
Yeah.
This is a major melody. Original series series era story and the Key of Death.
Yeah, he's really proud of that, I believe.
He should be. That was nice.
Yeah.
It made me
But the
feel.
thing is that now that I see like red shirts and red coats, like are those guys like an analogy to the British like grenadiers? I've never made the connection. Wow. Okay.
Star Trek sucks now, even if it's written by Kent Ritwell.
Yeah. And Rightwell.
Reading IDW Trek is a suicide mission in itself. If you're aware of Scotty James Doohan's exploits on D-Day, you'll understand why he wears a red shirt. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. Captain Catherine Janewell and the crew of the USS Voyager return in Star Trek Voyager Homecoming by writers Tilly and Susan Bridges and artist Angel Hernandez for a final resolution to the show that comes 30 years after its premiere. The final shot of Star Trek Voyager shows the ship approaching Earth and then went dark. The comic is set moments later when the captain and crew face a new last-minute threat. The first issue will have a cover by Hernandez and Charlie Kirkhoff, and as well as a photo variant starring Captain Janewell. I think they're going to start starring. That's what I said. No,
yeah, you did.
The crossover event Lore War is slated for release on April 2nd, and IDW also plans the one-shot Star Trek Omega, which will be published on June 18th. You guys want to see the covers?
Do we have to? Okay. Oh no, that's horrible.
Oh, that looks expertly done.
Yeah. Oh, look at that hand, man. No. This is like
the concepts are hilarious.
Yeah,
concepts are hilarious. Execution is poor.
Yeah. I like the composition on this one.
I like that.
Ooh, Captain Janeway.
That's lazy.
That's photo cover.
It's a lazy cover.
Oh
it's just a lazy cover. That's an old stock photo.
Yeah, she looks like she's gonna buy some coffee and give the barista like shit about it.
Oh, guys. Before we get into this one, you know what we got? You know what we got, Pedro?
No, what we got?
We got something.
Doom and gloom coming soon.
I want that record. In vinyl.
I'm sure he'll sell it to you.
Yeah.
Doom and gloom coming soon.
Coming soon. Yep.
This is the modest year-over-year increases for both categories.
Yeah.
Combined sales increases for both the top 20 best-selling author and top 20 best-selling superhero graphic novels for the full year 2024, according to Circana, formerly NPD Book Scan provided to ICV2. Unit sales of the top 20 author titles combined increases by 6.5% in 2024 compared to 2023. This has a lot to do with the popularity of Solo Leveling Volume 1.
What did I say?
Tops the full year 2024 charts with unit sales of 82,308.
Manhua.
Which is almost 25,000 more than it sold in 2023. And the lowest selling volume, Volume 10, which came out in November of 2024, still had sales of 28,621.
And
so
you know what's sad about that?
Yeah,
you know what's sad about Solo Leveling? That the story is not really that good. It's just that the anime is so expertly animated. Like the fight sequence are just out of this world. And that's all you need, I guess. Is it like #1 everywhere?
Yeah. So while this is a healthy list, it should be noted that the properties are aging a bit. That aside from Solo Leveling, every title that was on the 2023 list, including They Called Us Enemy Volume 5 of Lore Olympus and Volume 1 of Invincible Compendium, had lower sales in 2024 than the year before.
It's because they had an entire year to sell.
Exactly.
Jeez. Yeah.
Right.
Solo
leveling.
Look at all that solo leveling there.
The
Yeah, look
Hobbit
at that, dude.
graphic novel 48. Solo leveling. The top 10, only one of them is not.
Solo
I'm
leveling.
sorry, two of them are not solo leveling.
Rachel Smythe.
Because you have
Yeah.
Lord Olympus Volume 6. You've got Rachel Smythe there, and then you've got J.R. Tolkien doing the Hobbit, the graphic novel.
Wait, Mr. Ballin? Okay, guys, this guy, Mr. Ballin, is a YouTuber, and he has a YouTube channel about like eerie and scary stories.
He does.
And
he does. I love his channel.
He's on the
I
list.
love
now.
his channel.
So what should we be doing?
His book was on the list. Sold 37,000 copies. Yeah, like Mr. Ballin is awesome.
Yeah, this is the future, man. I'm telling you, we all need to get our acts together on the YouTube game and deliver on comics. That's another important thing.
And it's all like these short stories, man, about weird, crazy things that happen.
Yeah,
people love that stuff.
Yeah.
They called us Enemy. George Takai topped out number 13. The Adventure Zone, the Suffering Game, it's 14. Sometimes I feel like working in comics is a suffering game.
Yep.
Or Olympus, 15, more solo leveling.
Yeah, if you were unaware.
Compendium, Volume 1, Volume 2, 17 and 18, and then Lore Olympus round out 19 and 20. That top 20 list. Combined sales of the top 20 superhero graphic novels also increased year over year by close to 5%. In this case, the increase comes despite weakness at the top. TMNT, The Last Ronin, topped the charts both years, but sold 36,500 fewer copies in 2024 than it did in 2023. The follow-up, TMNT, The Last Ronin, Lost Years, did better, in part because it was released late in 2023, so 2024 was its first full year of sales. After the top two, the book on every line had higher sales in 24 than in 23, and every title in 24 chart had unit sales over 10,000 as opposed to only 12 on the 23 chart. That is nice. That is good. But you're looking at 111,000 for The Last Ronin last year, and then Last Ronin Lost Years was at 41,242. And then we just start dropping from there. 37,000, Batman Year One, 25,000, Watchmen DC Compact Edition, 23,000, Batman The Court of Owls Compact Edition, 18,000, Deadpool versus Wolverine, 16,000, Batman The Killing Joke, 15,000, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe, 15,000, Transformers Robots in Disguise Volume 1, 15,000, Justice League versus Godzilla versus King Kong, 14,000, Batman Hush Compact Edition, 14,000, All-Star. So the compact editions did well. They're taking old stories and they were able to be on the top chart. So maybe compact editions, re-releases and stuff like that isn't a bad idea because there's more stories out there than we'll ever be able to read.
Yeah, most of this is old stuff. Right?
Yeah. Older stuff.
Yeah.
Jeff Potts is in the house. Welcome. It's good to have you here.
So Jeff,
I couldn't watch Janway. Couldn't get past that raspy voice. 86 a day.
In her defense, Glenn, in her defense, some men enjoy that like I chew cigarettes kind of voice. Some men do, not all, but some do. I know a couple, and they're weird.
Of course it's Voyager. I doubt 7 of 9 would be featured as she was. Probably not.
Nope.
And
Shite.
beautiful shite. Just shite. Yeah.
Shite.
That's what it is.
Shite. It's shite, and they know it.
You know, I find that people are still becoming disillusioned by the comic book industry that they love so much. It's unfortunate. But I see people, even to this day, that have stuck with it, that are like, I can't believe they're putting this in this book, and I can't believe that this is their storytelling. Like G.I. Joe American Hero. Oh my gosh. It's so stupid.
But don't you feel like this is self-inflicted?
I never stopped loving comics. Comics stopped loving me.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Guys, we've been Flip the Bird again. Thank you so much.
All right.
Let's make that
Nice big bird, too.
stand.
Look at there.
Nice.
a huge bird. That's a Thanksgiving
That's a
size
huge
bird.
bird.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Good day, all. I want to propose a question. What would
Mhm.
excite you by a new comic idea? That's a good question. Thank you for
Oh,
asking that.
I
Let's go
have
ahead
my
and pull
answer
the
right
title up
away.
right here. Let's
Yeah.
say it. Let's do it. What would excite you?
Who?
Go for it. Go for
Okay.
it.
Martha Stewart, Vampire Hunter. I'll do that like this. No questions asked. I wouldn't say yes without reading the script.
That would excite
What would
you.
excite me as a new comic idea is a new format that reaches a wide audience of non-traditional comic readers. Let's see, because it's been what, probably 10, maybe 15 years since Dogman was out there.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I want to see somebody propose a new format that's easily accessible, that a wide audience takes to and likes. That's what I want to see. That'd be exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna make Martha Stewart, Vampire Hunter different. She's not gonna be like Buffy. She's gonna use her skills. So she'll be killing vampires with scones and cakes and food and shit. And it's gonna be all like strategy with hot Martha Stewart on it. You know what? I'm gonna make this comic book.
I think you should make a comic book. I think it is. There's an audience of Pedro.
Yeah.
Vampires take her hostage in order for her to make a new blood sausage recipe.
Yeah, exactly.
There we are.
Comics are awesome.
Comics are awesome.
For me, I think it would be a return to something similar to Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, that would be awesome, man.
Stuff that steers away from too much of this political real world stuff falling into it.
And
I don't
deconstruct
want that.
heroes.
I want I want something that constructs the hero and that that has the aging hero and has the young hero and has the the family feel to it. That has heart and passion in it.
Turn superheroes into a fantasy genre again. That would be great.
Yeah. I really liked what I read of the Ultimate Spider-Man, where it was like, he was married to Mary Jane, had kids, and then regained his powers. That I enjoyed. There's heart in it. There's a book by John Bowe of John's Long Box called The Patriarch. It's got a lot of heart in it. It's decently written. There's the art's pretty strong in it, and he puts as much passion in it as he can. I get excited about stuff like that. I just don't see the mainstream being able to write about family because they don't get family.
They
don't understand family.
Well, the progressive mainstream. I think we're seeing an emergence of a different, a little bit more conservative mainstream on the way. So I think you're going to see a return to some classic fiction here real quick. That's why I do the Atlantis and why Russ and I feel it's so important, because that kind of heroic fiction really needs to get out there again.
Yep.
Jeff Potts was able to sell out at his Midland Comic Con.
There you go.
Second year in a row. That is good news, man. That's awesome.
Congrats.
Congrats, buddy. Yeah, there we go.
I do what I can, man. Especially this early in the morning.
And then they let her go because all their moms are named Martha.
There you are.
That's great.
Plot twist.
That dude is a professional.
Yeah, there you go. Martha. Which Martha are you talking about here? Wow.
Why are you insulting my mother?
Yeah. Dude, like interdimensional Marthas. Like Martha is like
Martha is my mother's name.
It's not really a name. Yeah, like
spin-off.
Martha is not really a name, but like a rank. Like she's the Martha of this universe.
I'd see a comic, great big title, logo, Martha's.
Martha's.
Great. Yeah.
Wow.
That would
be fun. Here's a book I'm excited about.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little unfair because I'm
Look at
part
that.
of the
97.
publishing
Thank you
team
so
here.
much.
It's our friends, but
97 backers on this to raise $3,193 US.
But
This has
guys,
been
this
raised
book,
in 16 days. There's still 15 days to go. I think we can double that, maybe even triple that if we're lucky.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this fantastic art by our one and only Russ Leach.
yeah. Dude,
Look at
this
that.
book,
Look at that cover.
I've seen the pages only in black and white, and they're just stunning.
That's all they are, black and white and gray tone. They're amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
And he
amazing
just keeps
book,
getting
man.
better every page that he does.
Yeah.
It's sword and sorcery at its finest. It's fantasy. It's adventure. It's got heart. It's got toxic masculinity. It's got
monsters.
Monsters. It's got violence. It's got. Does it have love and romance? This issue?
Not much romance, but there are quite a few large breasts.
Nice.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah.
The original
Instead
art.
of romance, memories. I love it.
Yep. Thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the memories. Yeah.
Russ is really knocking it out of the park here. Every time I see a new page, it just blows me away. It's amazing. And there is a catch-up
Already
tier
sold
there
out
too.
on some things, yeah.
If you scroll, yeah, that was the inside. That's the cover done in black and white. Russ does the cover up in black and white before he sends it to a painter, and he offered that original for sale.
Grab volume issues 1 and 2
at a
Save
big
$10,
deal.
$25.
Yeah.
$25 for that.
Yep.
Yeah. Hojo can't get excited about superheroes anymore. I can. I still like it. Welcome, Wyatt Eastman. It's good to have you here today. I get excited for Nerd Bacon. What
There
a
you go.
dapper gentleman. Yeah.
Well, Joe, that's just because they've taken the superhero genre and wrung it out with too much realism. You go back to those old comics, and I just sat down and reread the first couple of first 50 actually issues of the Defenders. Still holds up real well. Just amazing stuff. Go back and read the Byrne Austin X-Men or the Wolfman Perez Teen Titans. It should reinstill your love for this stuff. There's
that's the
good
thing, man.
quality superhero stuff out there.
Like as fans, we're like one good book away from coming back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's the sad and happy thing of this eventuality, that they just don't want to write good books anymore.
Yeah,
it's all about deconstructing and quotas of
promotes this
minorities
book
and all
with
that.
2 words.
Pizza and who you're taking to bed. You know,
Yeah.
it's just crappy so-called realism and self-insertions that are killing the market.
My daughter actually tried to read that I Am Not Starfire about Starfire's daughter. And she was like,
I'm sorry.
and I already knew about it, but I didn't even talk to her about it. She came to me, she's like, did you see this garbage? I said, yeah, we talked about this garbage months ago, before it came out. We knew it was coming. Yeah, she didn't like it.
Yeah.
There's also a book called The Mythicals that's going to print, and soon as our gracious gets everything ready for prime time, and the file is complete. Yes, I know someone that's working on that. Actually, going to be working on that today. Today a little bit more. Yeah.
And coming back to that same
More
point.
time.
Yeah. There's no Chinese presence in Panama, but Mariko Tamaki went with me to school. Like I went with a girl that looked just like her.
There's no Chinese
presence in Panama, but yeah, Mariko Tamaki was my classmate.
Oh, I love you, Pedro. You're good. That's great. I was at IC3 Indie Creator Con this weekend, and it was amazing to see the different visions people have. Also, a bunch of different formats for them. A lot of fun.
Oh, that's nice.
Very inspirational. That's really cool. I love fun. Like, I want comics to be fun and an escape from the realities of the world. So I'll be honest with you. A lot can go on Twitter that makes absolutely zero difference in the world. Right?
Yeah.
I met a lady who is now, she's married to a Presbyterian pastor. But she was the professor at a university for queer studies.
Oh,
She was LGBTQ, and she was an activist who converted to Christianity and changed her life. I mean, she's now living in a biblical marriage, as a biblical wife, which I think I think the hardest part for me is not the conversion from homosexuality to heterosexuality for her.
yeah. That's the power of penis.
Right, but it's the radical conversion from feminism to traditional wife, like that. I'm like, how did that happen?
Okay,
How did
like
that
this might get the channel struck, so I don't know if I should say this, but it's a simple reason that message is empty. You know, it's all full of platitudes that sound good, but when you try to live that life, you feel empty.
You feel empty. She's very fulfilled, but she said they eviscerated me on Twitter. But the good thing is I'm not on Twitter, and guess what? They can eviscerate you on Twitter, and I'm proof that it does absolutely nothing for your real life.
Exactly.
It has zero impact on real life. So everyone gets out there on social media, and they're social media warriors typing away, slamming at the keyboard, getting angry, all pent up. It means nothing, guys.
Yeah.
And I've learned that here, now 3 weeks doing this job where I'm not on social media most of the time. The only way really to get a hold of me is through email. I'm taking care of Fund My Comic. I'm working on marketing strategies for this ministry. And you know what? Life is good. I'll go home in the evening. I'll grab a comic book off the stack of ones that I've bought through Fund My Comic, and I'll read a book, and I'll have it. I'll be inspired. I'll enjoy it. It's entertainment. And then I go and I don't have to go to social media and just have my life destroyed by. It's not that anyone on social media can destroy your life. It's that it's by listening to what they say and what they do that destroys your life. These people are terminally online. I would never ever leave my family to go deal with something someone said on YouTube. I would not do that. Like, I can't fathom the idea of, like, I am engaged in something with my family. I'm spending time with my wife, my kids. I'm spending time with my friends. And someone texts me and says, "Oh, somebody just said this about me on Twitter. Oh, let's go to YouTube and deal with it." I'm not going to do that. I'm like, look, I'm going to tell them the same thing I would do. Maybe just unplug from Twitter for a little while and ignore them, because it's not real life and they don't matter.
And more than likely, it's a bot.
More than likely, it's a bot. It is about. Now, guess what? We got to flip it. Thank you. Super chat. We do appreciate it. You guys are making it possible for us to stay doing this thing, because it does cost to keep the lights on around here. By that, I mean StreamYard has gone up in price. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Aging hero comic with a family feel and passion. Yes. Try community service. Go to Telepathic Bunnies, bunnycomics.online. And got that link, guys. Go visit that. Back his book. He's got a campaign on Fund My Comic.
Yeah.
You can find it there. You can find it there as well. All these books that we're talking about this morning, you can find on Fund My Comic, and it is worth going. I do know that the Patriarch, Hero Tales, has a new issue coming out. I'm actually helping build the Fund My Comic page, so that will be launching, I believe, on May 1st. I think is when it is, or maybe April 1st. I don't know. It's soon. It's launching soon. But yeah, it'll be ready to launch, and I think on Michael Bancroft's show. Thank you, Michael Bancroft, again. Everybody, if you don't know who Michael Bancroft is, just look him up. Michael Bancroft. What a fantastic guy who is definitely an advocate for all indie creators out there, and doesn't get enough love. I think you all should make him like his channel, subscribe. While you're at it. Very good guy. Very good guy. OMG, Russ is great people. He wanted me to paint a cover. I got too busy. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh,
maybe you can do it again.
Yeah.
Defenders is brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I should have clarified new. I just read The Defenders again recently, Randy. Stop spying on me.
Uh-oh.
I'd forgotten all about the mythical, said Grey Wolf.
That was the old Defenders, by the way, not the
The deconstruction era
stuff.
of movies and entertainment with hyperrealism has one agenda: to burn all the icons of Western society and culture. It's just cynicism to assert that heroes can't exist.
Bell for
Well
that one.
put. Are
Yep.
you a writer? You must
That's what
be.
it is, Wyatt. Dead
Just
on.
back the Atlantean 2. Really enjoyed the first. Oh, goodness.
too.
Guess what? That means you had the bird flipped at you. I love it. Bancroft is great people.
Yeah,
Great guy.
Didn't get the link right, hiding at work. Oops.
Mm.
All right.
Oh.
Go check him out on Fund My Comic. Social media gets addictive and tends to be a huge
But
distraction.
dude,
Yes, it
like
does.
not only addictive, it's dangerous. Just how many people have lost their jobs because they post something stupid on social media and think they're untouchable.
Yes.
Like this is a
Yeah.
danger, man. And people
is.
are not realizing. I'm not realizing that.
Yeah.
I have some very nice Defenders original art by Don Perlin. It's in the archive, so not seen it for a while. But I think the inks are by Joe Sinat. I believe I pronounce his name right.
Yeah, Glenn. What's on top of your fireplace as you're having a cognac, sir?
Bancroft is
listening
one of
to
the best
this.
shows on. We love Bancroft. We love that guy.
Yeah.
Be sure to go over, rate his channel, say hi to him. But guys, as per usual, you guys heard the alarm just a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
It is time for us to wrap up this adventure for today.
Oh,
Here's what we do.
Already. Wow.
Reading the
All right.
news. Wow, time flies when you're having fun.
Is that what it is?
Here in the
Mhm.
Baconverse. When
Yeah.
everything is bacon wrapped, it's a good day. So definitely, guys, go check out Randy. He's got shows on Friday morning at 5 a.m. and on Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Eastern time. Yeah. And remember daylight savings times. Comics by night, 5 a.m. in the morning. Russ is there most of the time. Glenn is there most of the time. And Friday morning, we're going to be looking at Weird Science
All right.
again. And then Sunday at 9 a.m. On the Sunday Funnies, we're looking at Crime Does Not Pay. And if you haven't seen those shows, I think they've been the best that we've ever done. We look at the issue off of Comic Book Plus. It's a public domain true crime comic series from the late 40s, early 50s, and it's got all those gangster cliches that you could ever imagine. Shows the mobsters in every gory, nefarious detail, and done the artwork most of the time is done incredibly well. George Tuska, at the height of his abilities, usually has the front story, and they are great comics. Sunday Funnies, 9 a.m. You can find it on the Comic Book Black Belt YouTube channel, the Randy Zim YouTube channel, and the Indie Comics Network YouTube channel as well.
Okay. Before
And on
we
X
say
and-
goodbye, we have a last minute bird flipping right here.
Absolutely. Thank you again, Adventure Rider. God bless.
Yeah.
That $2 super chat. We do appreciate that. $2 Australian dollars.
We're at
By the way,
we're at 99. We're at 99 backers. So somebody else also bought in. Deeply appreciate your
thank you very
being
much.
there. You will
know what that
not be
means?
disappointed.
You know what that means?
Sorry, Hojo, no bras on our head, but it is phenomenal. Wally Wood and Al Feldstein artwork. Jack Kamen's in there. There's some Graham Ingalls work in there as well. Just fantastic work of these guys. Again, right at the top of their abilities. Just great stuff.
Definitely check out Pedro's work as well.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
working on
yeah.
a book. There is a book of his that we'll be releasing through
Mhm.
Arrow Comics.
Yeah, I'm finishing my
one-
duties with RT Bear on Black and White 2 High Octane, and then I'm gonna do what needs to be done to get Tropical Magics on Arrow Comics.
Cool.
And the school's
forward
going
to it.
great, guys. Like I'm really excited on what we're doing right now. We're on an exercise. It's gonna take a while to do because animation takes a lot of time to do. It's called Bad News. We're using Pizzi Medi's King Cryptid, and I don't know if we have time. I want to share my screen real quick so I can show you how it's going.
You got 15 seconds.
There you go. I'm sharing it. It's not that long. It's like 7 seconds of animation. And I'm sharing it now. It's not working? Oh, no.
It's not adding to stage. Oh, I know why.
Okay, so there we go. Oh, we're cleaning it up, and this is what we got so far.
Oh, he turned around.
Yeah.
Cool.
So this is acting. He's receiving news. He's processing it, and then he's reacting. Then there's gonna be a long shot of him just destroying a rock because he's so mad. So I'm getting you to the process of doing all the animation. We got backgrounds with a little bit of camera movement. Let me turn on the camera here so you can see what's happening.
A little parallax going on.
Yeah. There we are. Yeah.
This is the whole process of animation, guys. So spread the word. If you're interested in learning how to animate, or you have friends who know you know they want to learn to animate, send them my way. The Pedro Ryan's channel on YouTube, and Tropical Magic's coming out, and Waifus and Kaijus later this year. So this is going to be 2025, the year of Pedro.
It's a big year, the year of Pedro.
The year of Pedro. Yeah, with no Chinese presence.
My coffee's empty, so we got to go, guys.
Yeah.
All right, remember, it's so easy to get locked into the negativity of things that are happening around in our little fandom and the things that we love. It's so easy to tear down and complain and just sit there and stew in that like a baby in his diaper. You know what? We're not babies. We're men. We're big, manly men who love to build things and create things with our hands. So go out there and build up more than you tear down. Leave the wood pile higher than you found it. And by all means, my friends, you know what I'm about to say. Be careful out there.
Let's be careful out there. Let's be careful out there. We had a 187 at the 7-Eleven on the corner of 4th and Main. 2 Caucasians of the male persuasion put a bullet through the cashier's brain. Moving on, I see a 211, half a dozen 459, 2 AEWs, a GTA, and several miscellaneous crimes.